Welcome to 𝐄𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐂. We talk about investing, finance, a professional woman. So current time of 9:28 a.m. Eastern Time on July 23rd on Saturday. Hope you had a great week and obviously an early weekend so far. And apologies for not posting the last 24, 36 hours so far. I been just traveling quite hectically. Went to a conference in San Francisco, early flight, right? I basically got up about like 4:30 in the morning, took like a 6:45 a.m. flight from JFK from New York. You know, basically seat up for the whole entire 6 hours, from New York to SFO, and then got there, spent like the whole day at a conference, just you could say it's just mingling, talking to people. But when you are like firstly, you always like presenting yourself as a best self, making the first impression, and you're like on that mode constantly, and you under eat, right? I only ate one meal. I went to like a local Whole Food nearby, just got like a small sandwich, not even just like a like vegetable wrap or something like that, and just like pushed through. And then I took a red eye, which is a flight really late at night, like 11:20 p.m. at night. Flew another 6 hours back to New York, so I got home around 8. But the whole time I couldn't really sleep because, for me, I just don't know how to sleep on the plane. So yeah, anyway, so it's been quite rough, but I got some sleep. I actually slept in a little bit today. Instead of waking up like 6 a.m. in the morning, I woke up around 8:30 a.m. in the morning because I caught up on news. Around the news is quite, logical, and I would say, pretty predictable, to be honest with you. We've been seeing a couple of, mega green days because of just, from ever since the previous, CPI report that came out was negative. Subsequent to that, we had positive earnings from consumer stocks, but also obviously with respect to some of the financial sector stocks. As the day progressed, right, I would say 2 out of 3 days has been negative when we were leaving off from our last, speech, or not speech, like our last meeting on Wednesday, that we're waiting for the Tesla earning, which came out to be positive. But like based on a technical, we knew that was going to be more of a neutral type of momentum. So we actually just kind of traded on a relatively neutral momentum. And then as obviously the weeks delay, right, we saw negative earnings from Snap, which basically snapped in half by 40% due to a poor earning result. And then as the day progressed, and you could see that as of Friday, with respect to Dow Jones, S&P, Nasdaq, all down 1%. Russell's down even worse, about 2%. The VIX is also dipping a little bit, but it's really just due to the fact that people are taking profit from the green, basically half of the week we've had. But as we are obviously shifting on to next week, which is going to be a monumental week with respect to the FOMC meeting, which is laying on the 26th and 27th. So Tuesday and Wednesday. So ideally seeing some sort of a opening, some anticipated pressure on 25th, which is Monday, will be very logical. And I and with respect to the catalyst that we're seeing so far, collectively, right, again, right, green first, like 40% of the week, 60% of the week kind of cool back down, normalize. So right now we're just pending, do we go up from here? Do we go down from here, right? And with respect to the technical front, we know that the likelihood of actually going down from here, it's a lot more logical than going up from here. And I'm looking at other additional supplementary elements with respect to the airline industry. It seems like some of the airline companies might have been a little bit too aggressive on chasing the travel rebound for the summer. And many of them actually was too aggressive that they missed the mark. So they're scaling back, right? So that's already a negative affectation. Missing Wall Street expectation as a mark. Now we are getting the FOMC meeting. But has anything that we have learned so far this week that's truly positive and that can change the momentum of the market so far? I would say no, right? We have already gotten the negative CPI report, the negative PPI report. negative earnings. The banks, that they were, some of them, like 2 out of 6 banks was able to perform well on the top line, but with respect to why they're performing well, is because of the amount of debts that they're providing. So when they provide higher debts, their commission cuts a little bit higher. So that drives them to make more money. But with respect to the debts that they provide, it's a good amount of debts or it's a bad amount of debts that corporate companies are reluctant to be buying or borrowing. That's the ones, right? Those where corporate companies don't want to borrow debts. If you don't need to borrow that, you don't need to borrow that for the sake of borrowing debt, right? But they also have to borrow debts at a high rate. So that's a unhealthy equation. And now you see that travel is kind of mitigated. You see Snap snapped in half literally. You're heading on to inflationary pressure environment globally. I have a feeling that it might be a negative near term catalyst. And I think the technical also checks out, right? And just let's just dive right into the technical. Sorry for rambling for like 6 minutes straight. Still try to get my things in the world, I guess. You can see that we've been consolidating for quite some time ever since we got that crash on the 18th of June, and consolidated all the way until like basically July 13th. So a month of just consolidation, and we've been surging because of some catalysts that we've already mentioned. But right now, the big question mark is like knowing the fact that MACD has dragged up for a long time. RSI is also canceling at 1, 2, 3 times. Basically matching with previous consolidation. At every single time you reach around 70 out of 70. I mean, that's pretty much where we at right now. Already overbought at a premium. In the short term, we need to kind of cool down, right? So I think as we cool down, as the next level of support going back down to 35, I think seeing 1250 or even coming back to more of a normalized level 1250 as a first step of escalator, as we cool back down, will be very logical. And I think with respect to look at on a weekly, you could see that about a golden cross above the form. So as we get over that hump, right? And at the same time, 30 out of 70 monthly as well, like looking for some sort of a plateau, and then rebound weeks and months out, very logical. But with respect to the near term, I'm talking about like the next 1 week ahead of us. The odds are not in your favor because of all the things that we know. And I hope that we will be going into the meeting with Jerome Powell on Wednesday, indicating that it will be more like a 50 basis point rate hike instead of like a 75 to even 1%. I mean, to each his own, right? If you wanted to be more aggressive, let's just go with it, 1% altogether. But I think it's going to be more like 50%, 50 basis point, not 50%. That'll be crazy. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, right? Again, on the 26th and 27th. And then look at Bitcoin as well. I would say similar affectation, dragged it for a long time at the 63 out of 70. So still overstretched. We not as obviously robust as Ethereum, but you could see clearly we're getting blocked because of the previous resistance level that we formed on the June 13th. Elongated all the way to the 16th, so kind of straight on a sideways fashion for 3 days. Now we're getting hit in the wall, right? The next level up is going to be quite sizable, right? We have to go up to 26,500 for us to see true reversal. So right now, the odds are not in your favor. The MACD still needs to cross down with 62 out of 70 right now. So, but again, right, weekly and monthly does look good, right? You need to cross up on a weekly, and the monthly does look quite robust as well. And across all the other coins, I would say, quite comparable in terms of like the smaller coins. They basically are trading on either their own micro affectation, or with respect to the macro market is dragging them up or down, right? And look at at stocks as well, just opportunistically, knowing the fact that Tesla is basically like trading like a Bitcoin kind of. I would say it's a similar affectation, right? We got that green candle because of not terrible earning results, but ultimately daily still stretch up for quite some time with a 66 out of 70. So again, right, seeing some correction coming down back to like the low 700s, very logical. As we progress from here, but golden cross probably form. So seeing some normalization near term is great. but weeks out and months out is going to be quite bullish from here. So I think the equity side and the crypto side both check out. All right. So that's pretty much it on the catch up. Yeah, and I hope that you guys enjoy our little catch up this morning as well. And appreciate you for being so patient with me. And yeah, have a good weekend. Just stay cool and stay hydrated. And take care. Bye.